Hello, and welcome back to the Lightkeeper's Path. I'm Kimberly Catherine, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you to all my listeners, and thank you to new listeners. I'm here basically to help you down your path when sometimes a thing is dark. This episode is dedicated to anybody with chronic illness who was recently diagnosed or has been carrying that for a while. I'm here to hold your hand along that path in that stormy, unknown, charted waters. I'm here to say basically that you will and you can get through this. Today, I recently met a beautiful lady who was recently, in the last 2 years, actually 1 year, diagnosed with a chronic illness, going through the scary waters of, can I get through this? Do I take the drugs? Do I do the alternate path? And I'm here to say basically chronic illness is similar to perfume. It's different on everybody. Your chemistry, your outlook, what you internally take from food, social media, friends, family situations, all of it. Have you ever noticed that perfume smells completely different, even in your own family? Well, same with chronic illness. Chronic illness is so different with everybody. And the first thing to do, if you want to take charge, is to make that decision. That's what I did. I chose to make the decision to have me own it and it not own me. That is the first pillar to handle it, take charge, and be on top of it. And then everything else is just the sprinkles. It's just which recipe do you want to follow? I wouldn't give advice of one recipe of how do you get in charge and over and cure yourself for a chronic illness, because it doesn't work that way. There's all the different kinds of diets. I've done them all. I've done every single one. Maybe not the one where you eat meat and just protein all the time, because that just doesn't resonate with me at all. But I've done the vegan thing. I've done the this, the that, the keto, the Whole30, you name it. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying I've done absolutely everything to no avail. Every single one helped me. Every single one. And there's always the top obvious, well, maybe not obvious if you're new to it, but low inflammatory diet. And obviously in the no alcohol. But the very, very first thing is making that decision. Now, the lady I met today, she did make that decision. She wants to. And she also does not want to do drugs. And what I mean by drugs, I mean, the over-the-counter, not over-the-counter, the things that your doctor would prescribe to you. And that's a personal choice. I'm not advocating drugs. I'm not advocating drugs. I just had a family member who was pretty sick and needed to take antibiotics. And sometimes you do need to do that just to kind of push and get over the edge. And once you get over that edge, you need to do some other things to get that stuff out of your system. But I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm telling you from my experience of 25 years with a chronic illness. And guess what? I own it. I slay it. It does not own me. Every day I own it. It's a big mind thing. And in addition to making that decision and then figuring everything else after that, that's kind of the fun part. I mean, you could look at it honestly as a project, but it's all up here. It's first making that decision and then going, okay, how am I going to kind of break this down? And I'm going to own it. It's not going to own me. Think of it as like a wild horse, a wild animal, a chameleon that constantly changes. That's what autoimmune is. Autoimmune is constantly changing. So, what goes along with constantly changing? Surrender. That's the other key. Okay, I'm going to own it, and I'm also going to surrender, which means I don't give up. I'm leaning into it. This sounds also esoteric. So esoteric. But it's the truth. The truth is, you can own your chronic illness and you can surrender into it, and all the other stuff is just the fine tuning. It's just the fine tuning. It's the icing on the cake, it's the decorative piece. And it's interesting. It's so interesting that once you know you have that power to get on the other side, you already start to feel better. You don't feel helpless. I have this visual as I'm just talking about this. You don't have this visual of like sinking down in the bottom of the pool. You're like, oh my gosh, my sail is up and I'm the captain of my own ship. And I'm going to slay these waters. And it's going to be fun because when the big wave comes, I'm just going to lean into it. Now, this may resonate with some of you, and I hope it does. And some of others, you might just kind of go, oh, what a bunch of woo-woo, or I just don't get this. But if you've come this far, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're still with me. And sometimes, like in the beginning of my journey, when I had my chronic illness and got first diagnosed, I would have loved to have heard these words of, you've got this, don't worry. What was I told? I was told, here's 3 brochures. Good luck. Get your life together. What else was I told? Oh, we don't know if you'll walk in 10 years. What else was I told? You can go to other doctors. We don't know. What else was I told? Oh, alternative stuff, acupuncture, poo-poo, diet, poo-poo. But guess what? I kept seeking out, and I did not listen to no. That was 25 years ago, and here I am. I'm doing amazing. So there you go. There you go. You can do this. So many more resources today. So many more resources today. Today is not a recipe. Today is just, I am holding up the flag for all of those recently diagnosed or not. And in the doldrums or the, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I'm holding up that flag for you and I'm saying, you can do it. Make the choice. Make the choice today. I want to do it. I want to overcome this. And then all of that else is finding the recipe. And there might be a little trial and error. But the mind is so powerful. So powerful. And all the other stuff just comes along. The meditation, the journaling, the diet, the exercise, the somatic work, all that other stuff. But again, the first choice is, do I want to heal? That's it. So thank you for being on my journey with me. I'm so glad you're here. If this resonated with you, please subscribe, forward to a friend, and I'm looking forward to our next journey together. Make it a beautiful day.